Usually companies send me their products for free and I review them. While I would totally love it if Corsair sent me a few free samples, my channel just isn't quite that big enough yet. Well, it's actually not even fucking close. But anyways, let's review this kick-ass keyboard, the K70 by Corsair. So this is my first time dabbling into the world of mechanical keyboards, but I think I still have some valuable opinions about the differences with this keyboard and everything that's so great, and a few things that aren't so great about this keyboard. First off, just check out that beauty of a keyboard. Man, it is crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I think this may be a little bit sexier than Kim Kardashian when she broke the internet and everything. All those red lights and everything, the texturized keys, the brushed aluminum finish. It's just freaking crazy. This keyboard looks beautiful, and it actually performs pretty good too, believe it or not. And by the way, I know this keyboard is also available in RGB, which some people think is maybe even sexier than this red backlit keyboard. I didn't go with the RGB for a couple reasons. There's a couple software glitches with that so far, which Corsair will probably fix, but I still kind of just wanted to go with the red. I like red better anyways, but I think everything else in this review will pretty much be the same, unless you got maybe the MX brown switches or something like that, because I got the MX red, but most of this review should be pretty relevant. So let's move on to those switches. Since they're pretty much my main selling point for this keyboard, I chose those Cherry MX red switches, and I gotta say, they're pretty awesome. I love them. They're crazy. They barely require that much pressure to push them down, and overall they just feel so much better than membrane keyboards, and also there is no ghosting at all to speak of, which is way awesome, perfect for gaming. So yeah, those switches are awesome for gaming, and you know, the switches still work pretty well for typing too. I may prefer just slightly stiffer keys if I was going to be typing a lot instead of gaming a lot, but overall it works pretty good for most applications. Now, since it's my first time dabbling into mechanical keyboards, I can't compare these red switches to the other ones like the Cherry MX brown switches, but as a total noob of mechanical keyboards, I am never going to go back to membrane keyboards. I am sold on the idea of mechanical keyboards. Moving over to those keycaps, I think they're pretty good. The keyboard comes fresh out of the box with all black switches, I guess actually black keycaps, and then you can also get these texturized red caps that go on top of the gaming keys, WASD, and 1 through 6, which is pretty cool. It also includes an included tool to actually take off the keys, and then you can put them on pretty easily. That's pretty awesome as well, something you don't really expect to get with the keyboard. Overall, I totally love these keys. The texturized keys are awesome for gaming. They actually have a little bit of a curve to them, so they're perfect for the WASD and everything. It's pretty awesome, and something you know it's for gaming now. It's pretty awesome. But that's just why it's just such a shame that the gaming keys don't have any symbols on them. I just don't get it. I know where the $sign is, it's on the 4, but I need that visual representation to actually remember it, like in a pinch and stuff like that. So I would love to have the symbols on the gaming keys as well. And yeah, I could just switch back to the black keys and then just, call it a day. But ideally, I would love the symbols to be on both the gaming keys and the non-gaming keys, because I don't want to switch out my keycaps every time I want to go type something. Some other notable things to talk about in this keyboard are the media keys, especially that sweet volume wheel. It's pretty crazy. It's texturized, and it really just works awesome. But that said, this keyboard doesn't have any macro keys, which are pretty typical of gaming keyboards, even crappy membrane keyboards. So do keep that in mind, that you won't get any macro keys with this keyboard. I believe Corsair does have other gaming keyboards with the macro keys, but this one doesn't. However, in my opinion, I actually maybe prefer it without macro keys. I really never used them in the first place, and since there aren't any macro keys, the keyboard is actually not that big. It's a little bit smaller without the macro keys. So if you prefer having macro keys, it'll probably be a disappointment. But if you really don't use them too much, it's actually really nice to not have them, really. And did you guys notice that wrist rest on this keyboard? It's pretty awesome, and if you don't want it, it is detachable too, so best of both worlds. And I'll also mention this really quickly. You'll be able to see it right up here, the Corsair gaming logo. They made a new one pretty recently. Personally, I don't really care about the logo at all. I know there's a lot of people on the internet that fucking hate it. They think it looks like a tramp stamp or something. I really don't care about it at all personally, and I think if you do care about it, you're pretty fucking shallow, because it's just a goddamn logo. If you really don't like it, you could probably pry that sucker off, so shut the fuck up about it, basically. But I guess it's not a selling point for you if you don't like that logo, but if you don't like it, then fuck you. And here's something I should also mention, because this will be notable whenever you plug it in. You actually need 2 USB port connections for this keyboard, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it's definitely the first keyboard I've seen that you need 2 USB port connections. But that shouldn't be too big of a deal for desktops. I mean, hell, this custom desktop I made has like 13 or so USB ports, so I mean, dropping 2 out of there for just a keyboard, I'm not really too concerned about it. But that said, just make sure you have enough USB ports for this thing. If you're using it like on a laptop or something, that's probably not going to work out. So just use this thing on a desktop and you'll be fine. However, you know, in exchange for taking up the extra USB port, you do actually get a USB port on the front of this little thing, which is kind of cool. I'm probably not going to use it, but if you guys, you know, can't really get to your desktop or something, it might be really nice to have that. There's also some BIOS buttons there, like to make the keyboard work a little bit better in the BIOS, which is pretty cool as well, because I'm sure people with this kind of keyboard are probably going to be doing overclocking on their computer as well. So that makes a lot of sense. And to finish up this extensive review, yeah, this keyboard is pretty damn expensive, and yeah, it's going to hurt your wallet. But guess what? You absolutely get what you pay for with the K70 from Corsair. Before getting this keyboard, you know, I was laughing at those idiots that are paying like $100 for keyboards. Like, you guys are idiots. Why are you spending that much money there? Just go buy a better graphics card or something. But you know, after buying this keyboard, now I'm laughing at those people that are still using the membrane keyboards, because they fucking suck compared to this thing, especially if you're doing gaming or just typing too, because it's just fucking awesome overall. And it's beautiful. Look at that. Fucking crazy. So don't worry about the extra money you're going to fork over. You're going to appreciate that, and it's going to make your system look better, it's going to make it feel better, and maybe you'll be doing better in games. I don't know. I don't really do any better. I still suck at Call of Duty, but I still play it, so yeah. And with all that said, I hope you guys found this review helpful or enjoyable. If you did, drop a like on the video, because that does help me out a little bit. By the way, I hope you guys like the poker in the background. I just kind of wanted to have something going on. It also made my computer maybe a little bit louder, so I hope that didn't pick up on the mic too much. But it's poker night at the inventory too, I think. It's a pretty cool game. But anyways, thank you guys for checking out this review. Subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews just like this. And let me know if you guys think about me being in these videos, because I guess I kind of like doing it. It doesn't work for some products, but for some products it does. So, cool stuff. Thank you guys for checking out this review. And I'll see you crazy motherfuckers later. Peace out. See you, Claptrap. It'd be funny if I left this in the video. Actually, I could put this in the blooper. Getting my script ready. Yeah.